Hello, and welcome to my fourth round of the Autumn Open Championship. I know it's been a while, but I thought I'd get back into this series, start recording some YouTube videos again. So here we are, and I hope you're as excited as I am to see this game, because it was pretty crazy. So make sure to watch till the end. Alright, I start off with f4, and my opponent is the sister of the boy that I played in the first round, and she currently has 2.5 points out of 3. So she saw that I had already played this opening against her brother, and I guess prepared a little bit for it. She played d5, which is of course the main move, knight f3, main move again, knight f6, e3, and here she played h6, which isn't a move I see very much. I think that this move was to prevent a knight from going to g5 later, although that's not really a main idea of the bird's opening, so I'm not exactly sure why she did this. I played b3. She plays bishop here, pinning my knight to my queen. I played bishop to b2, and then she plays e6. Bishop e2, stopping this pin on the knight now. She plays knight b to d7, and I castle. She plays bishop c5, preparing to castle herself. I played d4. This pushes her bishop away because I'm obviously attacking her. So she just moves the bishop back there. I bring my knight out to d2, supporting this knight here. And she castles. Now I play knight e5, accessing this nice square here. This is the same thing I did in the game against her brother. I also put this knight on e5. Not this whole line was the same, but just this particular move with the nice knight here. She plays bishop takes e2. I take back the queen, and she puts a knight here. Obviously, here I have some options, but the most normal one is just to take back, and then the pawn here will look a little bit silly for her. So I do that. And then she makes a strange move, which is, well, after I play c4, which took space on the queen side, see, she took my knight with her knight. And the reason that this is a strange move is because I just play f takes e5, I'd gain a tempo, the bishop has to move back, and then I play queen to g4, and she has no way to protect this pawn on e4. Like, she could try to play f5, but then I just take en passant, takes back, and then I'm up 2 pawns. Like, this is great. Would be a fantastic position for me. So she doesn't play f5. She thinks for a long time here and plays this move c5, trying to strike at my center. And, well, I wasn't totally expecting this move, but it doesn't really do anything after I just take this pawn. And I just think I'm up a pawn. This is great. So b6. And here, the computer really likes this move d5. And the point of it, if black ever takes this pawn, white takes back, and now you have these two connected passed pawns, or this one's passed, though the one on d5 is passed. You have these two nice pawns in the middle of the board, and what you're going to do next is you're going to put a rook on d1, and then you're just going to push this pawn. You're just going to push these two pawns and make a queen, or at least cause some real problems for black. But I didn't really think about that d5 idea. Instead, I just played rook f3. And my idea with rook f3 was that I'm just going to move this rook over. I'm going to keep attacking the king over here, which is a plan a lot of the time in the bird's opening, but I really needed to realize that because I'm up a pawn and my center is so good, I can just go straight down the middle. I don't have to go for this whole kingside attack like normal. She plays queen d7. I play rook to g3, which was my idea, and now f5. And suddenly, well, I basically have to take back en passant. She takes with bishop, and suddenly, all of this pressure building up on the d4 pawn looks a little bit annoying. play rook to f1. Rook here. And she has 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces all looking at this d4 pawn. So I think, oh my gosh, how am I going to defend this pawn? And I think I found a really nice idea. Rook to f3. Now you might be thinking, wait, how does that defend this pawn? She still has 4 pieces looking at this pawn right here. And you only have 3 defending it. That's right. So, she plays c takes d4. And, obviously, if I played e takes d4, she has bishop check, bishop takes back, and now she has rook takes f3, Zwischenzug. I have to take the rook back, betrayed, and this is equal material in the endgame. This would just be a draw, probably. That's why, instead of playing e takes d5, I play bishop takes d4. Because now, when she takes with the bishop, I have rook takes f8 check. The in-between move, she has to respond, take back. And now I take this. And I'm up a pawn in a queen and king endgame. This is great. This is like a dream position. But I haven't really studied these positions too much. I know I'm winning here, or at least I should be. Usually queen and pawn endgames, up a pawn, are winning, but you have to watch out for perpetual checks, for opportunities for black to, for the side that's losing to force a draw by checking the king. So, black plays e7, queen e7, I play king f2, and already I allow her a little bit too much counterplay. She plays queen a3, and I play queen c2, she plays queen d6, and now she's hitting both this pawn on d4 and the pawn on h2. No problem, I could just play queen e4, and if she takes this pawn, then I'm totally winning here. I just win both these pawns, and then I'm up 2 pawns in an endgame. This would be great. But instead, I didn't take enough time to think, and I just played queen to d2. I totally missed that this pawn on h2 is hanging. So she takes that pawn. I don't know what I did. Now it's back to equal. I push d5. She gives a check. My king comes up. My thought process here is, I have to get this king active. I have to get my king and queen active, and then I'm going to have chances in this endgame, even if material is equal. She plays e takes. I take with the queen. And she plays queen takes f6. Check. I play king g4. She checks again. I play king f4. It's very important that the queen is protecting the pawn on g2, because otherwise the queen would take and that would be really bad. She plays queen to f6 check again, and I block with the queen. Now my queen pins her queen to the king. And here, if she just plays something like king e7, this is totally fine. This is probably going to be a draw. But instead, she plays queen takes f5. And this is going to be a win for me, because my king is so much more active than hers. Look, mine's up here on the 5th rank, and hers is all the way back on the 8th rank. This is totally amazing for me. I push this pawn. My idea is to try to create a passed pawn on the queen side. And then I'm going to promote this pawn, and I'm going to win the game. Or I'm going to use this pawn as a deflection, and then take these pawns over here and promote this one. So, we follow this through. And here, I play the totally natural move, c5, which blunders a draw. Oh my gosh, I told you this game was crazy. It's just ridiculous engine ideas that neither of us saw. Because after takes, there's this move a5. Why a5, you might ask? Well, the point of a5 is that if I go through my normal plan, she just pushes this a pawn, and there's no way for me to promote this pawn, so I have to end up giving up that pawn to get these pawns, and then at the end of the pawn race, her pawn gets to a2, and her king is close enough that this is a draw. A theoretical draw. This is insane. Really? So for that reason, c5 is a mistake. But she misses it. She takes back, and then plays h5. Oh my gosh. I'm home free. So I play my idea. c6. Just gobble up some pawns. Her king runs. We have the same pawn race, but her pawn's over here on a4. And I already have this queen. This is a win. Check. Move the queen in close. Pawn comes up. I take the pawn. Put the king in a box. Make the box smaller. And she resigns. And now I have 4 points going into the last round. No one else in this tournament even has 3.5. I automatically get first place from winning this game. I'll see you next time.